Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Leddy. Yo, welcome to So Serious Gaming, and I can finally put out a high-end build. Yeah, that's the reason I haven't really been putting videos up this past week, is because I've just been trying as much as possible to farm so I can get the pieces for this build. And dude, it has taken the piss. Like, the Skull MC gloves still haven't dropped for me. I actually got given the pair that I've got, so, you know, shout out to that guy, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be fucking making this video right now. But no, seriously, man, this build, I love it. This is probably, I'm gonna say, my favorite build to use, flat out, because it deals damage, it allows you to take damage, and obviously you've still got specialized, so you've got the skill power as well. But it's just fun. And then there's the fact that there's you've got versatility with the build. Like, I'm running an AR and an SMG for the most part, because that's kind of the setup I like using, because generally I like to do well. But, you know, you can quite easily use a sniper rifle with it, you can use a shotgun with it, and it's still going to hit hard. It all just depends on how you set the build up. So let's get into it. We'll take a look at how I have it set up for the most part. So I'm running an Lavoa, 22.3k base damage. The EAD is a little low, but it's come with responsive, destructive, and intense. Ideally, I would have liked to have rolled intense for something else, but the top talent was inactive, so I had to roll responsive on that. But it is what it is. I'm currently changing my mods up a little bit. My DPS is going down slowly, but that's because I'm removing headshot damage from the main slot on some of them, so that I can get like crit chance or crit damage and things like that. I'm trying to stack a little bit of stability on as well, because I was using it obviously for the Alpha Bridge build, and yeah, it had no stability because of uncomplicated, so that's why it's like that. So I'm still running my Barrett's chest piece. Now, if you don't have the Barrett's chest piece, you could run rapid or you could run vigorous. I'm running a Tenacious mask. You could run Pharaoh's mask if you want. You could run, I think it's Rejuvenated, which is also helpful, or Refreshed, I think it is. But there's a couple of, you know, mask options you can use, but I'm using Tenacious, and I'll explain why in a moment. Now, the knee pads, there is no decent pair of knee pads you could use other than the short bow knee pads. So I would highly recommend you get out to the medical mission just outside the base. I forget the name of it. Madison Field Hospital, that's the one, I think. And just farm there for the short bow knee pads, because they are the only good set of high-end knee pads that you can use. So literally none of the other knee pads are worth using whatsoever. So go for them. Now, the only thing I don't like about my current knee pads is the lack of enemy armor damage on them. That is all that I don't like. Everything else is spot on. Now, for the backpack, you are best going with specialized. I don't find any use for myself personally with the other backpacks, because they're all conditional. You know, you get skill power buffs and things like that, but they're all, you know, they require you to be like at full health and things like that. Whereas specialized, it's just a flat, you know, that's how much skill power you've got, end of. Skull MC gloves, you could go with Savage. However, with a high-end build, you want the Skull MC gloves, because that damage buff that they give you compensates the lack of gear set buffs. Without the Skull MC gloves, the high-end build is kind of weak, I'm not going to lie. But if you don't have them, you can go with Savage. It's not a problem. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult for you. Now, the holster, I'm currently running Steadfast. It's pretty god roll as well, to be fair, so I can't complain too much. I haven't got Bliss's holster yet. That is my next farming mission sort of thing. That's the next thing I need to get, is the Bliss holster, and then this build will be complete. And then it's just a case of trying to get the pieces that I want better rolls on. So we'll just go through my stats real quick. I'll just like scroll through them, let you have a look what I'm currently running. Now, this is my best damage mitigation on a build. I think I'm like 55%, so I have the best armor I've got on any build. I can make myself go glass cannon. I mean, the other night I went I think I had 390k toughness, and I put my DPS up to like 355k, I think it was, on my assault rifle. And I ended up going up against some rogues. And when they died, I had like literally no health left. And this guy thought, oh, it would be cool, there's nobody about now, the rogues are dead, I'll just shoot him in the back and go rogue. So he went rogue, and he thought, oh, well, I'll run down from underground down to 1 and go that way. But he didn't expect me to go and spawn down at DZ1 checkpoint. So when he came out the subway, I was right on him, and he got dropped. He then came back out the checkpoint, and I noticed he had 2 assault rifles on, and he had a sawed-off shotgun, so he was running Alpha Bridge with 9 talents. He then tried to jump me again, and he got dropped again. So this build definitely holds its own against Alpha Bridge, without a doubt. And I'm going to do some videos, because I've been using this build this last sort of like day or two. It's taken me a couple of days to get this video up, because it's just been a pain in the ass editing on my phone. It sucks, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna put a video up like solo shenanigans kind of thing, and you'll see quite a few clips of me going 1v3 with this build, and you'll even see me go 1v3 against a team full of Alpha Bridge builds, all of them using the 9 talent glitch. Yeah, and they still lost. And I even went up against a team that were running a shield as well, and the shield guy is a pain in the ass. But no, I've been getting some really nice clips running solo this past, like, since making this build, because I have fun. The thing with me is the more fun I have, the better I do. The more bored I am, or the more pissed off I get when I'm playing, the worse I do. And it sucks when I get like that, because I just end up dying over and over and over, and yeah, it's not fun. I apologise for sniffling, guys. I am full of cold and my nose just won't stop. So bear with me, I apologise. But I'm trying my best. So yeah, this build, like I say, there's so much variety you can go with. Now, you can run Barrett's chest piece. I personally would suggest Barrett's chest piece. That's just me though, that's my opinion. However, if you wanted Vigorous, you could go with Vigorous. You could go with Reckless if you want, but Reckless, in my opinion, is just a waste. I've never been a huge fan of Reckless myself. I've always preferred Vigorous. Or you could go Rapid. Now, Rapid gives you 15% faster cooldowns on your healing abilities. So, you know, your heal is going to cool down 15% quicker than it would normally. Now, that's pretty freaking awesome. Now, if you combine that with Triage, you're going to have your heal back quite a lot, and you're going to have it back quite quick. So, you know, it's definitely a viable option if you haven't got the Barrett's chest piece. The mask, now you could go with Pharaoh's mask, however, it's kind of gated for me, because you look at the mask, right? You still get set on fire, you still take damage from the flame turret, but you can run around and you can shoot. That's cool. But if you're running in a squad, we've got an immunizer down, so Pharaoh's mask is just kind of wasted, you know. And this build, okay, I mean, it puts out the damage, but it doesn't have the talents that you get, say, with Alpha Bridge, so it's, to an extent, it's kind of held back. So I run Tenacious. Now, the reason I run Tenacious is because I'm running critical save. So what this means is, when I go down into that last segment of health, I pop a med kit. I get critical save, which gives me damage resistance, which also, because I've used a med kit, activates Tenacious, which gives me 10% damage increase for 10 seconds, I think it is. Now, because that's not going to completely fill my health bar, I'm going to pop Booster Shot, which is going to fill my health bar, but that's also going to give me more damage resistance and more of a damage buff on top of Tenacious, which means I can face tank and I'm dealing more damage at the same time. And you'll see me quite a lot when you see me using, like, putting videos up, gameplays, highlights, all that kind of stuff, which you're going to be seeing for at least a little bit now, because this is probably going to be the build I'm going to use for a little bit. You will see me do it quite a lot, where I'm taking damage, my health's going down, I know that I'm not going to be able to face tank anybody, and I need to, like, move and get to cover. So what I'll do is I'll try and position myself to a spot where I can take advantage of of them kind of thing, you know, funneling them in or whatever. And in this time, I'm taking damage, so my health's dropping. And when it drops low enough, pop my med kit, pop my booster shot, turn around, and you see me try and face tank and take somebody down. Also, the short bow knee pads are seriously good. Now, if I'm playing solo, one of the biggest issues I have is focus fire. And it's pretty hard to break, because you try and move away, they all tend to follow you, and then they all tend to be on you at more or less the same time. So you can't really split somebody apart from the team so you can shoot him without getting focused by 3 other people. So the short bow knee pads work really well in the sense of, you throw a grenade, it hits the floor, 0.2 seconds later it blows up. They ain't got no time to get away. By the time they know that grenade's there, it's blown up, so they're fucked. So you've got 4 people coming at you. You're getting focused by 4 people. You pull yourself around the corner or around the car or something just to give you that little break of cover so you've got a chance to turn around, pull your grenade out. Then you throw it. Now, you don't need to throw it like you used to do. You threw it where they were running so that by the time they got there, it'd blow up. With this, you pretty much throw it slap bang in front of them so that, you know, it compensates that time of you throwing it so that when it lands, it's already at the feet and it blows up instantly. Now, if you're running chain reaction, you've got the 4 of them grouped together. There's a good possibility 1 or 2 of them may even go down off of that grenade. If not, their health is going to be seriously low, and it's going to allow you to spray out and drop 1 or 2 of them if you know, whatever. And that's going to give you such an advantage in those situations where you perhaps thought, I'm screwed because there's 4 of them and there's 1 of me. You know. Now imagine having, say, Bliss's holster on, and you pop you proc the damage buff off for that, then you proc Tenacious, then you proc Booster Shot on top, and if you're running Barrett's chest piece and you have 1 skill on cooldown, you get the damage buff off of that as well. You can imagine like the numbers you're going to be getting for your DPS, and even the base damage on your weapon. I mean, I'm running a Lavoa with no buffs other than the Skull MC gloves with over 22k base damage. You know, I can switch it up and I can get it over 23k base damage. You know what I mean? At this point, we're going on towards AK-47 territory in regards to base damage. So it was pretty brutal. So all in all, man, this build is just freaking amazing. I love it. It's so fun to use. There's a few things I want to tweak. I want to get some more short bow knee pads, get the enemy armor damage on them. I wouldn't mind getting another pair of Skull MC gloves so that I can perhaps switch the assault rifle damage out on these for like marksman rifle damage or shotgun damage or something, and then have another pair with assault rifle damage, crit chance and crit damage on them, which is ideally what I would want to do. But other than that, man, I'm super happy. But it's viable, it works. The different pieces have the uses. Even the holster has its use, which I think it's the one that gives you damage increase when you're in cover, I believe. So it's not completely useless, it's still helpful, but I want Bliss's holster. That's my next one. So yeah, that about wraps it up as far as the build goes. One quick thing before I go, guys. One thing I need to get it off my chest. I've had a bit of an issue recently with subscribers. And the issue's been, basically, I've had subscribers talking to me and acting like I owe them something. Like, look, I don't do this channel to make a name for myself or get noticed or recognised or anything like that. I do this because I enjoy it. And, you know, there's people out there that are like me that they've not really played games like this, and you know, it's a learning curve for them and they don't know very much. I mean, I've been blessed in the sense that I've learnt a lot, and I've, you know, spoke to a lot of people that they're not new to these kind of games. So, you know, if I can pass that knowledge on and it's going to help people, then so be it, I'm going to do it. And in the meantime, you know, I want to share my experiences, because if anybody out there is like me, they learn from watching other people play. I'll see somebody who perhaps gets out of a situation that I got screwed up in and I can't figure out why. Well, I can watch their gameplay, see what they did and how they got out of it, and I'll learn from that. That's how I, that's how I learn when I play games. So if I can do that, then that's cool. But I just make videos because I enjoy making videos. If 100 people view them, 100 people view them. If 1,000 view them, then cool. If 100,000 view them, then cool. But I don't do this for your recognition or your approval or any of that. I do this because I enjoy doing it and I want to do it. So please don't go hounding me with messages all the time. I get it, I do try and message you back, but I've got like over 100 unread messages because there's nights where I'm just getting message after message after message, and frankly I'm online because I want to play games, not read countless messages. That's just me. And the same when you're inviting me, I may already be in a team. I may be wanting to run solo. I may be doing a duo with somebody. There's things that I might be doing or whatever. And the fact that I'm not joining your game doesn't mean I'm being a dick and just ignoring my subscribers. What it means is I'm either playing with people or I'm trying to get solo footage, or I'm doing some duo things or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or it could be that I'm helping somebody out with something that they need. And yeah, because basically one situation I had the other day was, you remember a video I put up with me playing with a subscriber? Well, since then that subscriber's messaged me almost every day. He's invited me almost every day. He's even messaged people he's seen in my videos to get in touch with me to play with him. Like full-blown stalker mode this kid's been going, right? Now, I was in a game, I was doing some duo thing with one of my buddies, and this little shit was in the server and he's running around. Now, bearing in mind, we're fighting 2 rogues. We're going 2v2 against 2 rogues. And this little shit is just literally running circles around us, shouting, "Lady, lady, lady, lady," over and over and over again when we're trying to fucking fight somebody. Like, seriously? Like, can you not see we're trying to, drop somebody and whatever else, and you're running around just shouting my name? Like, fuck off. I'm not going to speak to you if that's how you're going to be. If you're not going to be, respectful of the fact that there's players there that need killing and I'm trying to kill them, and, rather than stand around and speak to you so that they can kill me, then I ain't going to bother speaking to you. Like, help us kill him and then I'll maybe talk to you. But he didn't. He just ran around shouting my name over and over. So I just fucking ignored him. I'm not going to speak to you when you just lady, 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 lady. Like, seriously, bro, shut the fuck up. So I ignored him and I carried on. And he's following me around and talking loads of shit, blah, blah, blah. Now, as most of you know, I have kids. I have one that's in school and I have a baby. Now, I was stood and I was talking to my buddy and we're sort of figuring out where we're going. Now, in this time, the baby was getting worked up. He was a little bit mad. He was getting tired. He wanted his bottle. My other half was in the kitchen getting his bottle sorted. And he starts screaming. The baby started screaming. So I says, okay, I need to go to a checkpoint and sort little man out. So I run towards a checkpoint and the little dickhead shoots me in the back so I can't get in the checkpoint. So I turned around and killed him. He then got salty over the fact that I killed him. He teamed up with somebody and he just started following us up and down the server, talking shit, how he's going to expose me, how I'm this, how I'm that. I'm a dickhead, I ignore my subscribers and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, I could not give a fuck if you've been a subscriber from day one. My kid will always come first. But this little shitbag couldn't seem to get it through his fucking thick skull that my kid is more important to me than him. So basically, one of 2 things I came to the conclusion of: either his parents don't give him enough attention so he wants it from everybody else, or he's a spoiled little brat and he's just got that self-entitled attitude that he deserves more than any fucker else. Because I honestly cannot think any other reason for that that level of ignorance whatsoever. But seriously, guys, like, if I don't speak to you or I don't answer you, there's possibly a reason. I turned my notifications off because one day it was just literally every 30 seconds I had a message coming through from people, or it was invites or whatever else. And, it was distracting me, so I've turned notifications off. So don't take offense if I don't reply to you or I don't join, because there's probably a reason for it. And if you want to speak to me in the DZ, like, pick your moments. Don't fucking try and do it when I'm trying to fight somebody or whatever else. You know, if you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. And I'm going to leave it at that. I needed to get that off my chest because it's been irritating me a little bit. Like, you know, that kid really pissed me off that night. And yeah, even the guys he ended up teaming up with, like, once they actually realised what had actually happened, because he made it out like we were bullying him, is how he made it out to them. Once they realised what had happened, they ended up kicking him and killing him themselves. Like, they got sick of him. And we ended up teaming up with one of them, and we ended up running the server for the night, which was kind of fun. But yo, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to leave it to play out. You see us survive the manhunt. This was kind of a bit of a trolling session because the guys were getting super pissed off with us. And we just figured, fuck it, we'll just stay here and keep pissing them off. But yo, I'll leave the gameplay running if you want to watch the rest of it. You can see us survive, all that stuff. If you enjoyed the gameplay, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of the build. If you've got a similar build, things you might want to see on the channel, because as you know, I'm trying to get my PC sorted so I can do some new stuff for the channel, all that kind of thing. So yeah, just comment below, subscribe if you're new and you want to see more, and again, smash that thumbs up button because it helps so much. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in another video. Peace out.
Warning. All supply drops will expire in 30 seconds. Confirmed. Road status.